Welcome to Seedling Squad, your go-to place for all things plant and gardening. Whether you're a beginner just starting out or a seasoned green thumb, we've got tips, tricks, and tutorials for everyone. Hi, I'm Nicole, and I'm here to help you grow your gardening skills and turn your space into a green paradise. From seed to harvest, let's embark on this gardening journey together. In today's video, we will be discussing everything you need to know about plant nutrients. Just so you know, there are direct links to all the related products in the description below. If you want a wide range of gardening facts, tips, and tricks, be sure to visit our website at www.seedlingsquad.com. So let's get started. You've probably seen fertilizer numbers like 10, 10, 10, or heard people say things like, your plant needs nitrogen, or you're missing calcium, and it all starts sounding like chemistry class really fast. But in reality, gardeners don't think about it that way. They don't sit there memorizing elements. They look at their plants, notice what's wrong, and adjust what they do. So in this video, I'll break everything down in a simple way, and for every nutrient, I'll show you what real gardeners actually do when they see a problem like that in their own plants. Let's get started. Number 1. What gardeners actually understand about plants. First, let's simplify everything. Plants don't eat soil. They take nutrients from water in the soil, and over time, those nutrients get used up. That's why gardeners use fertilizer. It's basically refilling what the soil loses. Now you've probably seen fertilizer numbers like 10, 10, 10. That just means it contains 10% nitrogen, 10% phosphorus, 10% potassium. So instead of being complicated, think of it like a balanced meal for plants. Nothing is boosted more than the others. And here's how gardeners actually use it. If a plant just looks generally weak and they're not sure what's wrong, they often start with a balanced fertilizer like 10, 10, 10, just to give it everything it might be missing. For example, if someone has vegetables in pots that look a bit slow and unhealthy, a gardener might simply say, I'll give it a balanced feed first and see how it responds. Then they observe the plant before making any specific fixes. Number 2. Nitrogen, the green growth nutrient. Nitrogen is the nutrient that makes plants grow leafy, green, and full. When a plant has enough nitrogen, it looks alive and healthy. When it's low, the plant starts turning pale, especially the older leaves near the bottom. Now here's what gardeners actually do with this knowledge. When a gardener notices their lettuce or basil looking weak and yellow at the bottom, they don't panic. They immediately suspect nitrogen. So what do? They usually apply a nitrogen-rich fertilizer, or something like compost tea, chicken manure, or even a lawn fertilizer diluted properly for leafy plants. For example, if someone is growing lettuce in pots, and the leaves start turning light green and growth slows down, a gardener might think that this plant is hungry for nitrogen. And within a week or two after feeding it, they usually see greener leaves and faster growth again. So nitrogen is basically what gardeners rely on when plants look tired and pale. Number 3. Phosphorus, roots, flowers, and fruit. Phosphorus is all about strong roots and reproduction, meaning flowers and fruit. Now here's how gardeners actually think about it. If someone is growing tomatoes or peppers, and the plant is not flowering properly, even though it looks green, they start thinking about phosphorus. So what do? They often switch to a fertilizer designed for blooming or fruiting plants. Some gardeners use bone meal or bloom boosters. For example, if a tomato plant is growing lots of leaves but not producing flowers, a gardener might think that it's too focused on leaves. It needs phosphorus to start fruiting. So they adjust feeding, and over time, the plant shifts energy from leaves into flowers and fruit. Phosphorus is basically what gardeners focus on when plants look stuck in growth mode, but not producing anything useful yet. Number 4. Potassium, plant strength and protection. Potassium is what helps plants handle stress. Heat, cold, drought, pests. Potassium helps the plant deal with all of that. Now here's what gardeners actually notice. If a plant looks like it's burning at the edges, especially older leaves, gardeners start thinking potassium. So what do? They usually improve feeding and sometimes add potassium-rich amendments like compost, fruit-based fertilizers, or balanced NPK fertilizers. For example, if someone is growing chili peppers and the leaf edges start turning brown and crispy, even though they're watering correctly, a gardener can assume that this plant is stressed. It's probably low on potassium, and after correcting it, the plant usually becomes more stable and less sensitive to heat or watering changes. So potassium is what gardeners focus on when plants look fragile or easily stressed. Number 5. Calcium, structure and new growth. Calcium is what builds strong plant structure. But here's something gardeners learn quickly. Calcium problems always show up in new growth first. So if the newest leaves look twisted, dead at the tips, or just don't form properly, gardeners immediately think calcium. What do? They often add calcium sources like crushed eggshells, gypsum, or calcium sprays, depending on the situation. For example, if someone is growing tomatoes and the new leaves start curling and the tips die back, a gardener might conclude that this isn't old leaf damage. This is new growth failing. It's likely calcium. So they correct it early before it affects the whole plant. Calcium is what gardeners think about when the plant's new growth looks broken or incomplete. Number 6. Magnesium, the green engine. Magnesium is what keeps leaves green because it's part of chlorophyll. Now here's what gardeners actually see. If older leaves start turning yellow, but the veins stay green, they immediately recognize magnesium deficiency. So what do? Many gardeners use Epsom salt diluted in water or magnesium-rich fertilizer. For example, if someone is growing peppers and the lower leaves start yellowing while the top is still green, a gardener might say, "That's magnesium being pulled out of the old leaves." And after feeding it, the plant usually regains its deep green color. Magnesium is what gardeners fix when plants look like they're slowly fading in color from the bottom. Number 7. Iron, new leaf yellowing problem. Iron is needed for chlorophyll, especially in new growth. Now here's the key gardener observation. If the newest leaves are yellow, but the veins stay green, gardeners immediately suspect iron. So what do? They often use chelated iron supplements or adjust soil pH if needed. For example, if someone is growing hydrangeas or citrus in pots and the new leaves come out pale yellow, a gardener might say, "This is iron lockout. The plant can't access iron properly." So they fix the soil or feed iron directly. Iron is what gardeners deal with when the top of the plant looks sick, but the bottom looks fine. Number 8. Zinc, small leaves and slow growth. Zinc controls growth patterns in plants. So when gardeners see a plant that just isn't growing properly, such as small leaves, short stems, and slow development, they start thinking zinc. What do? They usually apply trace element fertilizers or foliar sprays. For example, if a citrus plant is producing tiny, curled leaves instead of normal growth, a gardener might assume that this plant isn't developing properly. It's likely a zinc issue. After correction, new growth usually comes in much more normal and balanced. Zinc is what gardeners think about when plants look stuck in miniature mode. Number 9. The simple rule gardeners use. Now here's something experienced gardeners rely on all the time. If the problem shows up in old leaves first, it's usually nitrogen, potassium, or magnesium. If it shows up in new leaves first, it's usually calcium or iron. This is why gardeners don't guess randomly. They look at where the symptom starts. For example, if tomatoes show yellow lower leaves, they think nitrogen or magnesium. But if new leaves are damaged, they think calcium or iron. That one observation alone saves a lot of mistakes. Number 10. One important reality check. Before you rush to add fertilizer to everything, here's something every gardener learns the hard way. Most plant problems are not nutrient problems. A lot of the time it's too much water, too little light, poor drainage. So experienced gardeners don't just feed the plant immediately, they observe first. For example, if a plant is yellowing because it's sitting in wet soil all the time, no amount of fertilizer will fix it. So gardeners always fix the environment first, nutrients second. Thanks for joining us on this countdown of everything you need to know about plant nutrients. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more gardening tips and tricks. Happy gardening, Seedling Squad!